Hey guys, this is Akshay Bhaskar from GeeksforGeeks. Welcome, 14 people are live. Before I tell more about the guest and the offers going on, I want you to comment and talk with me. Say some hi, hellos. I read all the comments, guys. So let's connect. 20 people are live. I'm waiting for the comments. So today's till then, जब तक comments आ रहे हैं मैं बता दूं कि जो आज का webinar है. So okay, आ गए comments. Hi Nans, you are a regular, I know. Hi Vaisai, thank you. Hi Anush, hi Srishti, hi Ravi. Hello Khushbu, hi Anush. Thank you. Really sorry. Some technical issues were there. Let's start now. So, okay. Good evening, Ashish. Anush, अब सही है? अब आवाज आ रही है? Everything is fine now, guys. Please say yes, then I'll proceed. Please. Ravi, it's still not audible. I think it's audible now. Give a yes if it's audible, guys. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. ओके गाइस, सो इसमें स्पेशल गिव अवे है चीफ जी प्रीमियम के क्वार्टरली एक्सेस का. मैं ये अनाउंस करूंगा एट द एंड. आई विल पिक अप वन फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस, वन गाय जिसको फ्री क्वार्टरली एक्सेस मिलेगा. सो स्टे ट्यून्ड टिल द एंड. वन इज दैट. अनदर इज दैट देयर इज अ स्टॉल ऑफ अ डे गोइंग ऑन. देयर आर टू कोर्सेज जिन पे हमारा डिस्काउंट चल रहा है, C++, STL एंड JBDL, जावा बैकएंड डेवलपमेंट लाइव. सो ऑल्सो चेक इट आउट. सारे लिंक्स यूट्यूब डिस्क्रिप्शन में है. सो दिस इज इट. अब सेशन को शुरू करते हैं. Yeah, Rohit, let's start. Let me tell you about the guest today. Her name is Pritanshi. So she's a data artist in Enquero, and she works on creating data stories using appropriate visualization. So ये data analytics की field में है. So she's in this field for past 6 years, and she did her BTech in chemical engineering from NIT Jalandhar. So Enquero, by the way, it's a Genpact company now. So acquire हो चुकी है. So she is our guest today. मैं उनको invite करता हूँ without delaying further, and then we'll talk about some questions, and we have some really interesting things coming up. Hey Pritanshi, how are you?
Hi Akshay, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We had really technical issues joining in, so there was a bit of a hassle, but I think everything is set now. You can greet your audience. 50 people are live watching us.
Hello
So
everyone. Thanks for joining. Really excited to be here with you guys.
that's great, Pritanshi. Pritanshi, why don't you tell a bit about yourself to the audience? A brief introduction
Sure,
about yourself.
sure. So guys, as Akshay mentioned, I'm a data analytics professional with close to 6 years of experience now. I've worked across retail, finance, interior designing, and services sector. I've also played different roles along the journey, like being a data scientist, a business analyst, and now a data artist. Now, all of these roles were different and had their own challenges and learnings, but what matters is they helped me grow along the way. And even after 6 years today, it's such an interesting field that I still feel excited about what's about to come next. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, Pritanshi, you mentioned data artists also, in your intro, which I said in the beginning. So, like that's an interesting title which I haven't heard before, like much. So, can you tell a bit about that also in this introduction? Like,
Sure,
what
sure.
exactly is a data artist?
Sure. So before I tell about data artist, let me just tell you in brief about data analytics as a field and which all roles it offers. So
Yeah.
we must have heard about business analyst and data scientist. These are the two most popular roles that people hear about and want to pursue. But there is a lot more than that is available
Okay.
and which has like huge demand. So we have other roles such as data engineers. These are like software engineers, but in the data field. Now, if
Okay.
you are doing your engineering from computer science background, this is one field which you can, uh, figure. I mean, try to pursue. You can learn more about it. There's
Okay.
now, especially in last few years, there are huge openings and there's huge demand in data engineering field. Then there's another field called BI, Business Intelligence,
Okay.
which is related to data visualizations. So if you're
Okay.
interested in creating graphs, different types of visuals, telling data stories via visuals, BI is the field for you, business intelligence. Now,
Okay.
data artist is a similar role. And it's derived from BI, business
Hmm.
intelligence. So here
Okay.
I work on creating data stories, stories in such a way that insights are much more, intuitive. User does not have to struggle to go through the entire data set and figure out, actions can I take from that data set.
Okay.
A story helps them to just look at the screen, know what's happening, and quickly come to a conclusion and see, okay, what all can be done about it.
Okay. Okay. So, Pritanshi, please tell us about your college experience and your learning journey till now.
Sure, sure. So I'm a chemical engineering graduate from NIT Jalandhar, and
Okay.
like many of you guys here, I went into engineering because it was I was a science geek. I was really interested in science at school.
Hmm.
And engineering was one of the arenas offering good career opportunities. That's all I knew at that point in time, and I guess it's the same with many of the students pursuing
Yeah.
engineering. So I went into engineering. I did my triple E, got chemical engineering. I did not know what I wanted to do back then. I was happy that I got NIT, and I started my journey with chemical department. Now
Okay.
during this journey, during my first year when C++ was one of my subjects, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with coding, and I realized I want to do more of it. Now, I was
Hmm.
not from computer science background, but that does not mean that I cannot, learn coding on my own. So there were
Hmm.
summer breaks, like 2 months holidays, where I did C++ course, I did Java course, I just love to learn more of coding. Even in chemical department, I pursued technical projects which no one else was doing in my department. So I did technical projects like designing a crude oil simulator on Aspen Heases, and I did my internship also in this designing domain, and my final project also.
Okay. So
So
you. Okay.
yeah.
So you're really interested in the field. Like you really got. Yeah. When you first coded, you really wanted to learn more, and that you did your best, obviously, because you love what you're doing, and you have reached there, right?
Right, right. So I
Okay.
didn't know I want to go in IT or data analytics or core
Okay.
chemical, but I knew that I love doing something technical, and that's what I was doing. So
Okay.
that's important. I think 4 years of college gives you a lot of time to figure out where your interests lie and to work on them. So even if you don't get your favorite branch, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you can't work
Hmm.
towards your ambitions. It's not the end, guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. So, is it necessary to be from a programming background to grab data analytics related job opportunities? So, like, if somebody doesn't know coding, right? So, what can he still think of data analytics without learning that part, or he has to learn that, or he or she has to learn that
So it's not. I would say being from programming background, it's not a mandatory thing. But in my
part? Okay.
opinion, what is necessary is willingness to learn. What is necessary is that you love maths and you love problem solving. You love
Mm-hmm.
getting down to fundamental of things, and you do like to code also. It's not. I mean, even if you're not from programming background, it's not hard. Like in data analytics, mostly the language that is used is
Mm.
SQL, which is very easy to learn. It's a layman's coding language. So
Okay.
it's just like talking in English with data. It's very
Yeah.
easy. So, and there
Okay.
are abundance of courses available online, and
Okay.
I know Geeks also offers SQL practice. So it's very
Yeah,
easy.
skills
Now,
also.
but you need to have that, willingness to learn. If you
Hmm.
if you just want to get into data analytics or data science because it's a good paying job and that's it, I mean that's not enough. You need to
True.
you need to be willing to learn. Yeah, there's a lot of material online,
Okay.
and yeah.
So why data analytics? Like, okay, you love coding, you started. What inspired you to, switch uh, towards the data analytics field? Like,
That's a good question. So, to be frank, when college placements were happening, I was open to options. I didn't have my mind made up that this is the only one thing and only thing that I want to go for. It
hmm
was just one of the options. Now, during this time when I attended Music Ma's presentation, now Music Ma is I mean, it's a pure play analytics firm. Many might have heard of it, many might not. So when the presentation was going on, I was blown away what analytics can do, how it can solve real life problems using
hmm
data. And one point that they mentioned was this is a field where you'll wake up daily thinking about a new problem you're going to solve. You'll never get bored, and that was their selling point. And I got sold.
okay,
I mean, this was like really. I mean, I was really looking forward to something where you don't have to do same things again and again. You don't get bored. Now, this is one such field. I can still say it's one such field where you just can't get bored. So much to learn, so much to figure out, and so many fields within data analytics which you can explore. So that was the reason I decided to give it a try. Now, after that presentation, I was like, I just decided to give my best during the interview, and I got it.
great, great, Pritanshi. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So you had to start from scratch as you did not have any prior knowledge about data analytics, right? So
Yeah.
what difficulties did you face in your learning journey?
Yeah, so well, in college, I did not know anything about data analytics and languages that I used in data analytics like SQL, Python, R, statistics. I did not know any of it, but I was lucky to start my journey with Musicma, which provided a 2-month training program in all the basics of SQL, Stats, R, and Excel. Now these
Okay,
basics helped to get the foundation ready. After that, we did a mock project within the company. Now I understand that many people will not get this opportunity when they join an analytics firm, but mock projects can be done, online as well. Now these learning resources that I talked about, SQL, Excel, are now these can be done online as well. It's not
online
like
also.
you
Yeah.
need to wait for a company to offer you these things. Not many companies offer, but these really really helped. So
Okay,
I would suggest that if you want to go and get into this field, one or two things that you need to focus on is one is problem solving. That you can do by doing case studies, practicing a lot of case studies. Second is in programming languages, SQL is the way to go. I mean, it's used everywhere, whether you are a data engineer,
okay,
a data scientist, a BI specialist, everywhere. And you can learn the basics of SQL on SQL Zoo, Geeks for Geeks, Hacker Rank. There are lots of platforms giving this facility. So I'm not saying it was easy. There were a lot of challenges we faced, but if you're willing to learn, there are people who are there to help you, like the seniors in your company or people who are already in this field. Now you just need to ask. That's one of the most important things. Reach out and ask. When you're learning, you need to ask something from an expert. Try to reach out to people who are already in this field. I mean, you'll be surprised to know how many people are there to help. We just need to ask.
basically find a mentor, guys. That's what she's saying.
Yes, yes. That's, I
Find
mean,
a
if
mentor.
you can find a mentor, nothing like it. Even if you can't find
Okay.
a mentor, just reach out to people, ask specific questions. If you have any doubts, how can you start?
Hmm.
What are the challenges? If you're stuck somewhere, you need some help. Resources are there, people are there. I mean, we are living in an era where everything is so easy if you're just, willing to do it.
Everything is so connected. Like you can reach out to
Yes,
anyone practically
right,
if you want to.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. Twitter is always there. Like Twitter is so open in all those things.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Twitter, LinkedIn, yeah.
LinkedIn also, yeah, message in mail. Okay, so explain your interview experience. What were the rounds and how did you approach the interview?
Okay. Now it has been 6 years, but
Yeah,
according to the best of my memory, I'll tell you as much as
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember. Okay.
That's fine.
So the first round was aptitude test. Now
Okay.
that comprised of mathematical questions, logical reasoning, and data interpretation. Now these kind of tests are very commonly used to screen students across industries like IT, data analytics, and many more. This was a mass elimination round. I prepared for it
Okay.
using online resources and a book. I don't remember the name of the book, but an aptitude book containing all the aptitude questions.
Hmm.
So there are a lot of books available. I mean, aptitude is not easy to do, but you need to practice. It's not as easy like you can just, if you're sharp, you can go and crack it. No, you need to
Hmm.
practice. Yeah, I mean, but it's easy. If you practice, I'm sure you can do it. It's easy to clear and it's a mass elimination round. So if you clear
Okay.
this one, you are a step closer, really, really closer to getting to the final interview. Now,
All.
the second round was GD, group discussion.
Okay.
This again is a very important round and again eliminates most of the crowd, but it's an easy one. And if you just know some of the things about GD, you practice with your friends or in groups for GDs. It will
Hmm.
really help you. So I did
Okay.
practice in my college in groups. Our seniors used to organize GDs for us.
Okay.
Um, yeah, one tip I can give for GD is that you need to build a solid opinion on the topic. Once you're given a topic, you're given a few minutes to think about it. Build one solid opinion, whether in for or against, whatever you think, your thoughts are, and then speak up with utmost clarity and confidence. It
Conviction.
can just one or two points. You need not speak up the whole time. There's a misconception that whoever speaks the most in GD gets through. No, it's not like that. You can just speak one or two points, but they need to be very
But
clear.
some people in the GD, in my experience, some people are very loud and very
Yeah, some
difficult
people
to.
are loud and expressive, suppressive. They wanna just take away the whole GD in one direction. But the interviewers know that. They know in every crowd there'll be one or two people who'll be very loud and will not give others a chance to speak. In that
Hmm.
case, just raise your hand. Say, I have a point. In case you're not getting a chance, just raise a hand. Interviewer know that you're not getting a chance. Just say, I want to speak up. I just have a point to share. So he'll give you permission and you speak up. Just give one or two points. That's it. One or two relevant points with good content in a GD can get you through. Three
Okay.
points are really, really good. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, don't
This is
get
the second round. This is the second round, right?
yeah, this was the second round, and the third round was the interview round. This was the last
Okay.
round for me.
Okay.
For many people, there were 4 rounds also, but some got it in 3 rounds. Now, third round was an interview, and it was based on a business case study where we were presented with a situation and then we were supposed to ask some questions to get the details of those situations and then provide our answers.
Okay.
What's the plan, what can we do about it. There were several questions presented from that situation. Now it was a nice conversation. If you have an interview like that in case study, try to be friendly, try to understand the intent of the question, why interviewer is asking it, what he wants you to add to that case study. Try
Hmm.
to ask questions. It's as important as providing the right answers. Asking the right questions. In analytics, you'll hear this time and again, ask the right questions. Because only when you ask the questions, you get answers from data. Otherwise, data does not tell itself, does
Hmm.
not give answers itself. You need to
That's
ask.
true. So ask
Yeah.
the right questions to the data and seek that
Yes.
answer.
Yes, and try to be friendly with the interviewer. Don't take stress when a case study is presented to you. They just want to know your opinions. What do you think? It can be very simple. I mean, you can present very simple opinions as well. It need not be complicated. Just be honest. Try to be in the situation. Don't try to recall what you have studied, and you need to present those points that you have studied earlier. That's not important. What's important is being there at that moment, and providing your opinion, and
Correct.
you'll get it.
Okay, Pritanshi. So, Pritanshi, after pandemic, like since a year, everything is like virtual meetings and interviews, so everything. So, what are your views on the current scenario and virtual placement rights?
Um, so I know this pandemic has caused a lot of disruption in the industry and hit a lot of jobs. Might have created a lot of problems in placement drives also. But like I mean, COVID situation is temporary; it will go away. But what is here to stay is this virtual environment. Whatever,
Really, you think
yeah.
you
I mean,
feel
I
so?
think it's here to stay. That's my opinion. It can be wrong, but
And I am very
uh,
much comfortable. Like personally, I'm very much. I can get everything done from my home. Like that, I figured it out for myself. So I
that's
think it
yeah.
works also.
Many
There's
people
no
have.
harm. Yeah, that's true. I also feel the same.
And the main point is those companies who never used to give work from home to their employees. I mean, I remember in Music Ma, when I was in Music Ma, we just could not have asked for work from home even for a single day. If someone thinks of asking for work from home, he'll better take a holiday because he knows he'll
Yeah,
not work.
and you know
So
what? I have heard that Twitter has like given a lifetime option of their employees for
yes,
its employees to choose whether they want
many
to work from
companies have realized
home.
that it does not affect productivity.
Yeah,
It
it,
gives the
it
employees
can increase.
flexibility and maybe they're much more productive. So
Yeah, and
this
maybe they
thing,
can be planned meetings. They can be planned meetings, right? Like weekly
right?
or bi-weekly. That is much
Yes.
like most
And it is here to
personal.
stay. I believe it's here to stay. It's a good change. So virtual drives and the idea of remote working is here to stay. And I feel
Mm.
this is a really good thing. I mean, imagine now companies from all over India can contact students from any part of India, and you know you can give an interview. You may get selected.
Even in the world, to
There,
be frank,
you can,
even in
you
the
know,
world, even outside India, companies can
right.
hire people from India.
Even outside, there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of people who are there to sponsor your visa if you're good.
Yep.
Now, so there is no limit. It's changing the limits. I think still getting jobs abroad is still a little bit challenging as compared to getting job within the country. But that
Mm.
also will change with time. I mean, the change is coming. It has started already. So
Okay.
it's really good. I mean, I think we all should look forward to this change. Not take this negatively. The virtual placement drives, the virtual interviews. Get comfortable with talking to the screen and it's good for all of us. I mean, at least in terms of opportunities, the number of opportunities that were available earlier, there'll be much
Mm.
more now. I mean, once the pandemic is over and companies are hiring, at that speed again, it'll be good.
Okay. All right, Pitanshi. Before moving on to the next question, I just want to remind people who are live that GFG Premium giveaway will come. So stay tuned. I'll select one for quarterly access at the end. Okay, so next question, Pitanshi. Building on the previous question only, so more and more people get nervous and worried as job opportunities are now even harder to come by. Any words of wisdom to the students on how to stay motivated in this scenario?
Okay, now let me answer this in two parts. First question was how the industry has changed over years. So I think industry has got more competitive and demanding. Data analytics is
Okay.
not a new field anymore. At the same time, resources available to learn and get into analytics are also in abundance. So they are available. Now you see there are post graduation programs available. Sorry, in data analytics, which was not a thing 10 years back. There was no degree in analytics and data sciences, but
True.
now there are. So you can imagine with it is becoming an industry as big as IT soon. So
And,
things have
mm,
changed and thus expectations have also increased because
yeah.
resources are there. Earlier resources were not there, that's why expectations were less, and that's why it's hard to get a job now if you are not
Mm.
running fast, if you're not changing with this changing industry.
You first
So
adapt and then you upgrade your skills. Like these are two things
right,
which you can do.
exactly. Now industry has upgraded, industry has advanced, resources are there.
And
It's as
opportunities are also huge, Pritanshi. Like data
yeah,
analytics is gonna boom because data is like हमें अब पता चल गया data कितना important है ना?
right, exactly.
So is opportunities uh, if you can adjust and if you're good like at this, I think definitely you'll bag a good placement. No,
Exactly, yeah. And it's I mean, data can change the world. Everyone knows that now. Data is like
it's
it's
already changing. Also.
yeah, it's already changing. I mean,
Already.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere in each and every industry, helping people understand their customers better, understand scenarios better, strategize better, take nice decisions to stay, stay in the field, not get outdated, not get, I mean, not just I'm not getting the word, but I mean
But I got
it's
your
you need
point.
to yeah,
But I got your point. What you're saying is like things are changing. Innovation भी आगे होती रहेगी. So you have to be up to date. Because it's
exactly.
changing of thought में
And you
शायद
have to stay relevant. You have to stay
relevant
relevant
obviously.
in
हाँ,
the changing world. You
hmm,
have to stay relevant. That's what
correct, correct.
that's what it means. Yeah.
True, true.
Now, to your second questions, what are recruiters looking for in a candidate?
Hmm.
I think a majority of recruiters now do not just look for good IQ and problem solving abilities like they were
Mm-hmm.
earlier. They're looking for
Mm-hmm.
someone with hands on experience. Now, how can you get it if you're just fresh out of college? So, I suggest if you have made up your mind, if you know this is the field where you want to go, then try to get internships. They are more readily available than ever before.
Internship, internship.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Internshala is there. You can get internships on LinkedIn as well. Reach out to people. It's a win-win for both the company and for the intern, because company gets to get their work done at minimal cost or free of charge sometimes, and the intern gets experience, first-hand experience in the industry working with the experts. Now that's
Hmm.
something you cannot learn from books or from taking classes or anything. That is important. You build your skills, but then you get first hand experience to understand what's actually happening out there. And that's what recruiters are looking for, skills plus some experience. It can be a capstone project that courses offer, it can be an internship, but some project that shows that you
Some
understand the
hands-on
field.
experience. Some
Yes,
hands-on
some hands-on
experience.
experience that shows you are interested, you know the challenges, you have worked on it, and still you are willing to go for it. So that's what has changed now. That's what recruiters are looking for. In my view.
Correct, correct. I agree. Okay, so 6 years, right? 6 years are like it's a good amount of experience. So being in the industry for so long, what do you think has changed over the years, and what are recruiters actually looking for in a candidate?
I think that's what I just answered you, right? What are
But but
recruiters
but but
looking for?
but no, over here, one part of it, if you can throw some light on it, that what are recruiters actually looking for in a candidate? Like something
Okay.
about talk on the mindset maybe. Okay, that part you've already covered, what changed and everything. But this recruiters के perspective से थोड़ा और बता सकते हो?
So one thing that recruiters look for is you need to be curious. I can say in analytics, it's very, very important that you have a curious mindset. You question
Hmm.
things. You just do
Hmm.
not accept what someone is telling you. You get to the bottom of things. Second
Okay.
is you have a positive attitude towards research work, because a lot of research is needed once you take up an analytical project. It can be
Cool.
a research related to industry or related to the problem at hand, can be anything, but you need to have a curious mindset. You need to have a positive attitude towards research. That's really, really important. So when recruiter is hiring for this position, they look for these two things. Plus they look for, I mean, one thing I can tell you, if you want to get into it, just hone your SQL skills. I mean, it might not be a necessity when you are fresher, but you have it. If you know it, you are definitely gonna get it because it's so much in demand. SQL is very much in demand.
Okay.
As a fresher, if you know SQL, I mean, yeah, you have your chances of getting into the field, getting a job, they increase multifold.
Okay. So, Pitanshi, stigma is that one can only work in the field they have graduated in. Okay, that's a stigma, common.
Right.
But we have managed to break it, obviously. So, suggest a roadmap to our viewers who wish to completely change the field they're working in.
Sure. So this thing, the stigma. I mean, I know it's there. It should not be there. But
Hmm.
I'll give you an
But it's there.
example. I was
It's
just
so true.
reading this on a link on LinkedIn a couple of days back. It was a LinkedIn post posted by the company LinkedIn on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So what
Okay.
they posted was that a career journey is not just a journey. It's not a trajectory, an upward trajectory that you start, then you grow in the same field. No, it's not. It's a career web. It's a map. So one can it's now it's very common that you take up a job, maybe you get promoted, but then you feel like no, here your interest lies somewhere else, and you want to get degree in another field and start again. It's very normal. People do that. Not in India as much. I've seen that people abroad are very much open to getting a degree even at the age of 38, 40, even after
Hmm.
40 changing their fields. Because they don't believe that once they've entered into a field, they have to grow in the same field. Now that's a stigma that stays here, but it's not. I mean, I'm telling you, that's not true
But
because
precisely majority देखो आप majority देखो ना, like I agree what you're saying, but majority ये नहीं होता that people stick to one thing and they have so much resistance to switching. तो अगर उनका ये process simplify हो जाए, like मतलब अगर हम उनको बता दें कि ये steps होते हैं, इस
right,
type
right,
से मैं
yeah,
सोच रहा था.
yeah,
हम्म.
sure. So what you can do is, if you want to change your field, then first have a learning map. Have you need your mindset to it. That okay, if I want to change from say, I'm a software engineer, a coder, but I don't like it very much. I want to explore a different domain, say marketing. Now, what you want to do first, you need your mindset that you want to do it. Then you need to have a learning map. What all you need to learn to change your field. What are the skills you will need? Then you need to have a list prepared. Then you decide how would you want to go about it. Whether you want to do a professional course like a degree or a diploma to change your field, or you want to learn on your own using online resources. Both are fine. If you decide to go
Okay.
with online resources, then I would suggest as you hone your skills, you also try to get an internship in the field. It might not be paid. I know many people don't like to go for internships after having an experience of say
Hmm.
3 4 years, but it's wrong. If you want to change your field, be open to learning via internships. That's the best way to learn because you might not get a job directly by learning on your own or by getting the skills, because you have an experience in a different field. So it's good to learn firsthand from the industry, even if it's not paid, it's okay because you are trying to learn, right? You are trying to change your field. So at that point, your only focus should be on getting as much skills and experience as you can, not on the money. So once you have an experience, a little bit experience from an internship, you have some skills, then it's very easy to go out there and seek for a job in this new domain that you want to explore. So
All right. So,
that's what I would if I have to change.
okay, Pritanshi. So next question, I somehow know what your answer would be because you already talked about a bit of it in this question, but still, I'll just to reinforce the fact that people usually shy away from investing in themselves, okay, and they try to learn from the free resources available, okay. So what are your thoughts on it? Like, do you think there's value in online courses? Like, I personally feel there is because I know some of our Geeks courses are there, but free में भी तो क्या तुम पढ़ सकते हो मतलब तुम्हारे थॉट्स क्या हैं इसमें?
Okay, so I'll tell you. I mean, there is value in both, but it depends on what kind of person you are. Now, if you
Okay.
want to go with free resources, if you're a kind of person who can, if you're kind of a structured person who has a plan for everything, you know what you want to do. If you want to go into a field, you have a list of contents available that you want to learn, or the kind of languages and courses you want to do. And that also broken down into smaller points, and then you go point by point while you start learning from YouTube or any free course, and you just cover everything. Now these kind of
Okay.
people can do it, but there are other kind of people like me. They
Yeah.
cannot. It takes a lot of time and effort to figure out. If you want to say, if I want to move into the designing field, it will take up a lot of time and effort to figure out, okay, what are all the things I want to go for. it's better I'll take an introductory course that at least tells me what I want to do, what all it covers, and
Hmm.
I mean that will give me more clarity also if I can do it and if I actually want to go there. So courses are structured, they are planned, they know what you, I mean, they'll give you exactly what you need to know. They'll save a lot of time. They'll cover most of the relevant topics, and you will not get distracted or strayed away. You know, you will stay on the path. You'll not get distracted with too many resources being available and not deciding where to go. So
Okay.
that's the difference, and that's a big difference. So now resources are available for cheap. They are not as expensive as they used to be, where people used to find only free resources. They are cheaply available. So I say you take advantage of those cheap resources being available to you, and it will give you a structure. It will save you a lot of time, and believe me, time is money. So
Correct.
you are saving money indirectly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Pitanshi, for answering all the questions. So
Thank you.
let's do one thing. Let's pick up two questions from the comments. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll request the audience watching us to put in your questions, and we'll randomly pick few.
Yeah, guys, please feel free to ask questions. Start putting your questions. I'll answer as many as I can. So, good
Due to time
opportunity to
limitation,
ask.
we can just take two. Pitanshi, really sorry,
Okay.
but we'll take definitely two. Okay,
Yeah,
Anush was
yes.
asking, yeah, do you want to talk about this? There are free courses, so are they good? Anush is
See,
asking.
if there are free course, I know some of the free courses available, and they can be. So, like some of the courses on Coursera also that I have done without a capstone project, they were free. Some of the audit courses that you can take. So, if you are going for an expensive course that you can't afford and there is a free version available, you can go for it. And if you find value in it, you can go for the paid course and do your capstone project and all the detailed things. But not in every field. I mean, most of the common courses in software engineering or coding might be free, but not in all the fields you'll find free courses. If you're going
Hmm.
for a niche field, which requires some niche skills, some specific abilities, you might not be able to find those courses for free. But if you want to do it, if you have your mindset, invest in yourself. You invest in yourself when you buy books and read them. You invest in yourself when you take up courses, do certifications. Certificates add value to your profile, to your portfolio, so they're a good thing. I mean, doing certifications is as good as learning new content. So I think
Okay.
as a fresher you must give value, not as a fresher, I mean after that also you must give value to doing certifications.
All right. So Pitanshi, there's one more question. I think that is interesting. We can talk about it. What is the most demanding subject of data science or
Okay.
data analytics? Yeah.
So
That's the last question.
right now it is, data science is all about, mostly it's about modeling. It's about building statistical models. Now as a fresher, no one expects you to know statistics and build statistical models until you are from a stats background, you're doing your graduation there. But the most demanding programming language I can tell you in data science is Python right now, and it's been there for some time now. It used to be R earlier, R programming, but now Python has all those features that R has and has much more to offer. So Python is a language that is used, by software engineers also. It is used by data scientists also, by data engineers also. This language is getting popular across domains for the kind of abilities. In Python, you can do things with 2 lines of code that would require 20 lines of code in Java. So, if you want to get into data sciences, into machine learning, then I would say first you start reading upon problem solving. You must do SQL, that's the basic to extract data and all. And then, if you want to do a programming language, take a Python. Python notebooks are available. Like I'll say, Jupyter notebook is there where you can practice your codes. You can practice your codes online. You can build your models in Jupyter notebooks. And if you do a machine learning course and you know Python, yeah, you're there. You can do your projects on your own. Take up a problem from the web and just start doing it.
Okay. All right. All right, Pritanshi, thank you so much. That was it from our side. And you also answered two questions. There are obviously more questions. And your LinkedIn profile link is also there in the YouTube description. So maybe
Sure,
people
guys.
can connect, yeah, connect
Yeah,
with
feel free
you.
to visit my LinkedIn profile. If you have any questions,
Yeah,
feel free to reach out. I would like to help as much as I can. Okay, I'll accept your connection request. If you want to really get into this field, I'll definitely help you with your roadmap.
all right. All right, Pritanshi, I'll bid you goodbye. I'll talk to the audience for a minute.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Thanks for joining again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, 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 guys. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
All right, guys. So yes, प्रीमियम का गिव अवे रहता है, वो मैं भी अनाउंस कर रहा हूँ. बट बिफोर दैट देयर आर टू मोर थिंग्स आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू. वन इज stall of the day. Again, I'll reiterate it. C++ STL and Java backend development live. So इन पे डिस्काउंट्स हैं. The link in the YouTube description. Go check it out. Secondly, there's a flash sale. So flash sale में क्या होता है? There are some discounts on some courses for 15 minutes, and that 15-minute window opens at 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Okay, so every day these two things are happening, like stall of the day and flash sale. So do note it, like 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. flash sale होती है 15 मिनट की कुछ particular courses पे, जो तुम वहां ही जाके तुम्हें देखेंगे सरप्राइज. And the other thing is obviously stall order. There are two courses, and every day course changes. Okay, so agar if you don't like C++ STL or JBDL for now, but tomorrow maybe you'll get a discount on the course you want to buy. So check it out daily, guys. That is one thing. Also, to get update about all the events going on and all these sales going on, do follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Okay. So, yeah. So I have seen a person in the comment section who really wants a premium subscription. So I'll just give him Sagacious World, by the name Sagacious World. You, uh, so you are selected for the premium subscription. What you'll do is go on Twitter and you message Geeks for Geeks and you tell that in this session, data scientist without CS background, is it possible? In this session, you were selected, and then they'll message you the credentials. They'll give you the access to quarterly. Great, man. All right. So everyone, thanks again for joining today, and really sorry for some technical issues we had in the beginning. It happens really less, but still, it will make sure it doesn't even happen. Like it doesn't even happen. All right. Sagacious, confirm. Don't you just go on Twitter and message us. Rest everything will be taken care. Don't worry. Akshay this side. I'm signing off. Bye. Take care. Keep learning. Keep going.